So there's a lady on the internet who has been posting misinformation about the safety of animals. Normally I let other people's words slide like water of a duck's back. They are inconsequential. However, when it comes to skewing facts and publicizing wrong information that can endanger the life of pets and animals, I will speak up and set it right. This woman took her husky for a run in Sydney on a very hot day, with temperatures that soared to 45 degrees Celsius in Victoria and South Australia that day. I know that because that's where I'm from. In all fairness, I don't know what the temperature was like on that day in New South Wales. I simply commented beneath the woman's video that she should be mindful on hot days because the pavement and the road are burning hot and not comfortable for the feet of animals. I also noticed that she rode her bike for 15 minutes straight to the beach, and the dog who was attached to a leash had to run next to her. The speeds were not race level, but nevertheless it was a hot day, and it involved a husky who is built for colder climates. These dogs have very thick and long fur. I used my basic biology knowledge common sense to identify that they weren't safe conditions for this animal to be exposed to. When they arrived at the beach, the owner didn't have a water bottle and a bowl in her bag to give the poor dog a drink. Needless to say that dogs try to cool themselves down through water evaporating from their mouth and tongue. They need to replace the hydration they have lost. At times, huskies might not be able to regulate the temperature of their body in high heat and can pass away. So when this woman arrived with a dog at the beach, she took him to a fountain, which she referred to as a spa for cuteness purposes. Naturally, as he was thirsty after running for 15 minutes straight behind her bike, he took a drink from the dirty contents of the pool fountain. I can understand that people with cognitive challenges or whatever other situations they have going on might not realize things that may be immediately obvious to others. So I gently reminded this woman to always have fresh water for her animal and to not make him run for 15 minutes straight in high temperature weather. She comes across as a narcissist in her videos. I knew she wasn't going to take my comment very well, even though I tried to be as polite as possible. She told me that I didn't know what I was talking about and that I need to educate myself on huskies. When I provided reliable and credible sources citing that hot temperatures are not ideal for huskies to be running during, she removed my comment and blocked me. As I said, I normally let things slide, like water off a duck's back, but in this case I wasn't going to do that because it involved the safety of an animal. If she's passing on misinformation to her audience who might be cognitively challenged in some way or not very knowledgeable, they may believe what she's telling them and expose animals to danger. As a result, a dog or other animal can die. I emphasize that I don't want to cause stress to anyone. Nobody will stop me from voicing the right thing for the safety of animals, though. While I understand that particular working or sporting breeds were designed for endurance, I still think it's absolutely necessary to offer a drink to an animal who has been running for 15 minutes straight, even on a moderate temperature day. Assuming the lady took her dog for a run on Monday 5th of January, which was a day before the heat wave started, she mentions in the video that her and her dog do this regime every day. I'm not sure if she's sensible enough to not take the pet on strenuous and lengthy runs in 40 degrees or 45 degrees Celsius heat. We must also keep in mind that the dog has to run all the way back home for another 15 minutes. Providing no water for hydration on the way there and back, and the time span in between, in my opinion, is cruel and not safe. I will let you see the regular speed at which this woman had her husky running, and then I will speed up the video because it goes for over 20 minutes. I'm not about to reproduce the entirety of somebody else's content. I just wanted you to see for yourself and judge if you think this is acceptable. I will also include the conversation between her and me, how it went, and then I will read the researched information I was able to retrieve within a few minutes from the internet from credible husky info sources. One was only an AI Google search answer, and I will include that too. I initially wrote to her, "He ran for 15 minutes straight. You should have a bottle of water with you and a dish to give him a drink at the end of such a run." You should also be mindful that the pavement or road isn't burning on an extremely hot day like it's been the last few days. So when this woman arrived with her dog at the beach, she took him to a fountain, which she referred to as a spa for cuteness purposes. As I said, I normally allow things to slide like water off a duck's back, but in this case I wasn't going to do that because it involved the safety of an animal. Naomi wrote, "I appreciate what you are saying, but I have had 5 big dogs at once, which means I have plenty of experience. And as you can see, I give my dog everything he needs. This is why he is so happy. Don't worry about him, as I am the one who takes extremely good care of him, as I am his mummy. Mummies know best. And just for your information, a husky can run up to 100 miles a day and have incredible endurance." I replied, "I didn't mean it as a personal attack, but rather for the exact reason that huskies are created for snow and cold weather, and this exercise trip was in warm weather. Down south, it reached 45 degrees on the day you took your dog for a walk. Both Victoria and South Australia. I'm not sure what the weather was like in New South Wales. As I mentioned earlier, this footage might be from Monday, January 5th, which I believe was around 21 degrees Celsius in Sydney. I looked it up during the process of making my commentary video. However, she also said that they do the routine every day. I wonder if this includes extremely hot days too. Whatever the case and whatever the endurance of a dog breed, he should be given a drink of water after such a long run. And again, I repeat here, he had to cover this distance running all the way back home after this trip to the beach." My comment beneath her video continued in the following way. "You may have experience with large dogs more than me, but sometimes as people we may not think of things that may seem obvious to someone else. This is the angle I'm coming from, not to criticize you or to suggest that you don't love your animal. I can see that you love him. As I said, it's just that sometimes we don't think of the obvious. This worried me more since huskies are made for the snow and cold weather, as I already mentioned. It may have been a bit too much for him running in a hot temperature with all that fur coating. Dogs perspire from their tongue to cool themselves down, so they need immediate water to quench the thirst created from what water they have lost while running on a hot summer's day. As you can see, he drank from the water fountain before getting in. That water is not the cleanest, and it has nasties in it too. Safe and happy New Year to your dog and you." She responded, "Chroma Vector. I think you need to do some education on huskies because judging what you are saying, you have no clue. There is plenty of documentaries on YouTube to watch if it helps. My previous husky lived till he was 17. They are the most adaptable dogs on earth. They are extremely complex animals, and I am very protective of my blue-eyed Bailey boy." Here is the information in my response, which she deleted 3 times and eventually blocked me, from huskylol.com. Huskies, renowned for their thick fur coats and ice blue eyes, are often associated with snowy landscapes and frigid temperatures. These dogs, originally bred as sled dogs in Siberia, have adapted to survive in extreme cold. Yet, many huskies now live in warmer climates, raising concerns about their ability to cope with hot weather. While huskies possess a double coat that insulates them against cold, this same feature can make hot weather challenging. Their bodies are designed to retain heat, which can be problematic in high temperatures. Owners must be vigilant in monitoring their huskies' comfort and health during warm seasons. Siberian huskies originated in northeastern Asia, where they were developed by the Chukchi people for sled pulling in harsh Arctic conditions. These dogs are built to withstand extreme cold, with compact bodies that conserve heat efficiently. Huskies face several health risks when exposed to high temperatures. Their thick double coats and cold weather adaptations can make them particularly vulnerable to overheating and related complications in hot climates. Limit outdoor activity during peak heat hours. Provide constant access to fresh water and shaded areas. Consider cooling mats or kiddie pools for relief. Exercise huskies in cooler morning or evening hours. Carry water on walks and take frequent breaks in shaded spots. Limit exercise to cooler times of day, such as early morning or evening. Keep walks short, around 15 to 20 minutes. Choose shaded routes and avoid hot pavement. Bring water and offer frequent breaks. Monitor your husky closely for signs of overheating, excessive panting, drooling, lethargy, vomiting. Google AI. It is not advisable and potentially dangerous for husky dogs to run for 15 minutes straight in hot weather. Huskies are a cold weather breed and are highly susceptible to overheating and heat stroke in high temperatures and humidity. From husky-owners.com. As mentioned above, sled dogs can't sweat. If they did, they could improve their rate of exercise-created heat dissipation through their skin surface. Instead, it is by increasing their breathing rate and the discharge and evaporation of water from their mouth area that sled dogs can increase the amount of heat dissipated during exercise. However, the hotter the outside temperature, the less effective heat dissipation becomes. On a humid summer day, with atmospheric temperatures of, say, 60, the amount of heat and moisture that the dog's breathing can take from the body is much less, with the result that heat builds up in the body, and the dog's core temperature can very quickly rise to dangerous, even life-threatening levels. Now, this woman said she had a husky who lived to 17. I'm not sure if she made him run behind her bike this way during heat waves. The one thing to remember is just because you've gotten away with something before, it doesn't mean you will again. Not all animals will respond the same way. There are genetic factors that can make one animal die and the other survive a situation. Underlying health conditions and all sorts of other variables play a huge part. At times, you might not be aware of certain health conditions or genetic predispositions. I've heard people say that they've given onions to their dogs within food and nothing happened to them. But I have also seen a dog almost die in the emergency room because he was given food that contained onions. Onions are one of the most dangerous things you could possibly feed to your cat, dog, and other pets. Please always research before you do anything stupid.
Anyway, good to see you later. Ta-da.
Is he a local? You guys local?
Woolooware Bay.
Oh, I work in Woolooware too.
Okay, yeah. No, I take him everywhere with me. He goes to restaurants with me. He goes like shops with me. There's nothing he does without everything's with me. They're a pack animal, so they get incredibly depressed if they're on their own.
Is that right?
Yeah, and depressed, people think they're naughty, but they rip everything apart because they're really confused, you know. So he's amazing, isn't he? Yeah. Think bye.
That's okay. I saw it. Wow, I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, no, he's.
All right, see you.
Thank you. See you. Bye. So that was really nice. We had an awesome time. I hope you enjoyed it, and we shall see you next time. Bye for now.